Welcome to Soccer As We Like It, the Man United direction. And today we are talking about the match reaction between Man United and Everton. Man United won, Everton won. A result most of us kind of thought could have gone the other way, that United should win or could have won. But it is what we're here to debate. Today I have Sammy, the analyst, representing Houston Red Army. Welcome, Sammy. I have Vimal, the special one, representing UK in the house. And Kay, the smiley one, representing UK. And the peace man, Joe, is still driving, so we will let him concentrate on his driving. Right, boys, and what happened today? Let me start with Sammy. Sammy, what went wrong, bro?
Well, the game was like literally, it was a game of two halves. Okay. So the first half literally started well. I mean, it seems like we literally came back from that midweek performance in Ronaldo stoppage time. There's a high positive vibe was going on. The buzz was really high. You got back to Old Trafford, you're playing on, in front of like 72,000 crowd. But I mean, to be honest with you, when Marshall scored, I felt like, okay, we are getting our the mojo back, like Marshall, who's been out of form for a long time. He got back in the score sheet. Now we're going to like play. I don't know what happened. Then everything, the whole spirit just gone downhill once the second half started. You can blame on that substitution. You can blame on that Fred's like moment of blunder of not going for that tackle, which literally led the Everton to hit us on the counter attack. I mean, I literally felt sorry for De Gea after having a remarkable performance. He's still not having clean sheet, which he really deserved. But overall, again, as I said, that we should have earned 3 points from this game, because this kind of game is actually help you out in longer run. The more you keep losing this kind of 3 points, then it will hard for us to catch up in the next time. So look at what our rivals, the Chelsea and Liverpool, they're not going to lose points like that,
Nope.
especially when you're playing at the home ground.
Yep.
So definitely Ole to be blamed for the substitution tactics. And I don't think that he should have taken off Marshall at that time, because Marshall just got a goal back. He was literally doing well. He's taking shots. And I think we should have kept Marshall on the pitch. And obviously, Fred shouldn't be like played, he shouldn't be like starting, as I said, and keep risk of being redundant. Van de Beek should be like in the starting lineup, not Fred. If you're really thinking of giving chances to other players, why not giving chances to Van de Beek? If he would be there, I think maybe the game would be different. I know
Right.
we can blame on defense for that, but at the end, losing 2 points again at home is gonna bite us in later. So I hope that Liverpool win tomorrow. They don't keep the 3 points gap ahead of us. So just hoping for the best. Okay, but
Okay.
I'm very disappointed with the performance.
Thank you, Sammy. Let me go to the logical one. Vimal, representing UK. What went wrong today, bro? Or what went right? If I want.
Well, initially, I think we started quite well. For the first 20 minutes, 25 minutes, we looked fast. We didn't look sluggish like we did before. And I think we started on the front foot. But what we were lacking is that killer instinct in that finish. We were having all these half chances, but we weren't converting and we weren't getting the goal. So I think I've seen it a number of times before when we've started off well, we create the chances, but we just don't get that finish. We don't get that goal. And then it ends up costing us like it did today. So, we started well, but then Everton got back into the game and then they started putting pressure on us and our midfield then started to collapse. McTominay looked really awful today. I mentioned this earlier, but I think he was just lacking the timing. He wasn't making those right runs. His timings for the runs were off. He was either too far ahead, too far behind, and he just didn't have the pace of the Fred just being Fred, making a number of defensive errors, not cleaning up where he needs to be, and not making that vital interception, which cost us that second goal and the equaliser. So there were a number of things that went wrong, and more importantly, what I think Ollie did wrong were the substitutions. I don't think Cavani should ever have come off. I don't think Martial should have come off. Martial was finding some good form. He'd come up with a cracking goal, and you could see he was having some other shots at goal. When you've got a guy who's come alive like that, and someone like Martial who has got a skill, to do that kind of thing. You should keep him on. I think Scott should have gone off. I think Cavani should have stayed on. I think Ollie was probably playing it safe and just going for a 1-0 win. You don't ever underestimate Everton.
No.
These guys will give us a tough game, and he should have gone for that 2-goal lead, like a 2-goal cushion,
Get the
and then
second goal.
yeah, and his substitutions were just wrong, and it cost us. Pogba came on; he looked absolutely crap. So lots of things went wrong today.
Right. Okay. Happy-go-lucky man. How's it going, bro? You good?
Yeah, not bad. Like Vimal said, we started really well. For first time I've seen the start a game well and do positive things, and then we got complacent. We thought 1-0, half-time complacency. Second half, we come out, it was like, oh, we've got this. We'll just hit them on the break. Whereas we should be trying to kill teams off. Slow it down, speed it up, kill teams off, punish them. And yeah, I just thought, like Vimal said, the subs were wrong. I think Martial had a knock, so his was forced. Cavani should never have come off. Like, we're a different team when Cavani doesn't play. I know Ronaldo's good, he gets goals, but for me, Cavani's a must starter. He needs to start. And I thought Fred had a good game, personally, until he didn't.
Should they have taken off Mason instead?
Yeah.
Should they have taken off Mason? And
moves I think
Rashford.
Ollie puts people on who score, but you've got to do what's best for the team. If you get a goal, it doesn't matter who gets the goal. It's about the team at the end of the day. And yeah, with Mason, as good as he is, he's always coming inside to shoot. And if we're a fluid team, if it's a fluid team, it's good. But there's times where it's been greedy. There's times where Bruno's giving the ball away, trying things he didn't need to do. For the goal, as much as Fred should have chopped him down, if you watch it back, Lindelof and Shaw, they're jogging back, thinking Fred will nick it. Demarai Gray was quite clever, actually. He lent on Fred to put him off balance because he was stronger, and then they will realise, oh shit, we've got a sprint, and by that time it was too late. So if you look at the still image, all the players went to the ball. It's criminal. We've got a set piece coach. It doesn't even matter. You play professional football. Like there's no excuses for that. Like
no one tracked Townsend.
Yeah, you have one person on the cover. Like, I played 7th professional football, and this was 7 leagues below Premier League. You have one person on the halfway line, one person as cover. There's no way that someone should be running past you. Like it's unforgivable, and it just shows that they're reactionary. They're not proactive. We're not proactive at all when it comes to things. We just react. It's like when we go 1-0 then we react and we play well. We just need to take things on the front foot and control games.
Right.
And like we said, McFred, he was always going to revert back to them.
Yeah.
Bringing on Ronaldo, Pogba, and Sancho, there's no way we should be losing that game. There's no way.
True.
They've got no Richarlison, no Dominic Calvert-Lewin.
True.
And we're struggling to beat them.
True.
Imagine if they played. It's unforgivable for me.
I think this game really, it's just like United, okay, fucked up against Villa. Just got the goal against Villarreal. So United fans like, okay, another home game. We could then go, like, really? So we're going like, it's like a Spanish wave, the Mexican wave, up and down and up and down.
Yeah, yo-yo.
Yeah, like a yo-yo.
It's a roller coaster ride for us, but
it is.
You can't win a league like that if you're not consistent enough.
Alex Ferguson used to say one thing: if you have to win your home games. I remember one season, I think it was the 2008 or 2009. Out of 19 home games, United won 18 and drew 1.
That's a total.
That was the 2008-9 here.
Yeah, exactly. That is a total of 54 points at home. Out of 57, they got 55 out of 57. That's fantastic. We can't do that. We can't do that.
We've got 2 home games in the league already, haven't we?
Oh, boy.
Yeah, forget it. Even top 2, I don't think you're going to finish in the top 2.
Boy. I want to see where we are December 31st. I want to see how close we are to the top, who's above us, how can we do a run with the squad of players we have. Is Ole still going to be there? Joe, talk to me. What went wrong or what went right today?
Well, I'm gonna take the good stuff that happened. I think first half we looked great, right? First half, we played exactly what the kind of football we expect to play with those caliber players, right? And unfortunately, uh, it's like an elephant in the room, but it seems like we played better with Cavani starting up top. Because if you compare to the way we played last season to the way we're playing now, it's clear there's a difference. And the way you can compare last season's game of play and this season, we got those in one game today. Where the first half was last season, and the second half was this season. Meaning,
very correct.
In this season, when Ronaldo starts, he is like the focal point, and people just seem to just forget that they have their own jobs to do, and we were just waiting on that moment of brilliance again. It's like they're spectators watching Ronaldo to look out for Ronaldo to do things. Now, I feel like coaching wise, the reason why we play better is because Cavani he makes runs, and he's an orchestrator of the ball in the final third of the pitch. Ronaldo is not that guy. That's not what you're going to get out of Ronaldo, because Ronaldo doesn't have that kind of energy to be running around. So it's important in that sense to feed Ronaldo as much as possible. And that obviously cannot be done when you have McFred on the pitch.
Very correct.
So, and as far as the concession of the goal, it's like, it's like sometimes we just go brain dead. It just feels just like that.
We had the corner kick. We had a corner kick, bro.
Well, Bruno made a good point in the post game. He said the whole thing, the concession of goal started with his corner kick. He said his corner kick was just not good enough. It was first man. It immediately got headed out, and they were able to respond. That doesn't excuse the goal, right? You talk about players that's supposed to track
Fred
back,
had the guy on his side peripheral. He should have shot the guy there. Box him in that area. Box him there.
I mean, just go
foul
for
him. Even foul him. Just take him out.
Just
take a yellow card for the team.
If you look at the play again, Fred actually tried to foul the guy. It's just that Fred just bounced off of it. If you look at it again, he just bounced off of it.
Have you seen Demarai Gray's build?
I know
he's thinner than Fred.
He's thinner than Fred.
He's not thinner than Fred.
He's only
he's very slight person.
Big.
No.
He's not that big.
No, he's not that big. Yes, he's not Lukaku.
He's about the same size as Wan-Bissaka. He's no bigger than Wan-Bissaka. It's about that same build.
Okay,
Fred
always falls down.
So if you think it was a 1v1 between Fred and Aaron Wan-Bissaka, you don't think Aaron Wan-Bissaka is winning that battle?
No, if you go, you see, Fred has a lower center of gravity, so he should more slide lower than trying to do upper. You see what I mean? He should have, when you diagonally chop with the ball.
I think Wan-Bissaka would have gone for slight tackle. At least he would have done.
Wan-Bissaka would have slid, 100%.
There are players that have a strong center of gravity, like Messi, and then there are players that are just short. Fred is just short. Okay, he's just a short guy. Just because you're short, that doesn't mean you have a great center of gravity. Sergio Aguero, Shaqiri, yes.
Shaqiri, Aguero, JJ Okocha, low center of gravity, strong.
Very strong. Fred is not that.
So what is Fred? He's not tall. He's short. No low. He's just honestly. I don't want to abuse him as a person, but I'm sorry. He's. Oh man!
At this point, I just feel like he may do like the best like pre-game prayer or something, and all it just keeps it on the pitch. He keeps it for those kind of. I don't know, because like it's kind of like I look at the way we play Fred, the way Ole plays Fred. It's the same logic of why people want Dalot in the team, right? People want Dalot in the team because he is better moving forward, right? But those few chances of where you see him do something positive forward is not enough for the other 90% of the game where he's just completely abysmal. That passion that Ole is constantly talking about is not enough, because the other 85% of the game, he's not producing, he's not being a positive actor in on the pitch. So like definitely, I definitely understand the frustration with Don. Donnie has to be looking at that and say, Ole, I can do better than that. I can do better than that. And Ole needs to wake up. If he wants to,
Can he wake up? Will he wake up? We remember we said this last night. Can Ole play quick football? He can if he chooses the right team of players. There's no excuse. There is none. This is the best assembly of players we've had in
Mm.
over 8 years. And still, you're still fucking up. That
I,
tells you there's a problem.
I will bring up one thing though. Another thing that Bruno did say, all right, not only did he say like it was his initial corner kick that led to the goal, he also flat out and said that we should not have let the we should not have slowed down the pace of the game. And he specifically said that has nothing to do with anybody off the pitch. He said that the pace of the game was slowed down because the team, for whatever reason, slowed down the pace of the game. And he was putting it on the players. Okay.
But that's how they're taught to play.
They know how they taught to play. Right, let me go to Vimal.
Hold on,
Sammy.
Like it
Vimal,
wasn't him.
you said there was something you mentioned in reference to the way United started. They played with you and Sammy said the positiveness in the first 20 minutes. They were energized. They're ready to go. So from what Joey's saying now, they slowed it down. For what reason? To sit on the 1-0?
I think they were just reverting to type. These guys are being coached in a certain way, and all these methods it's not quick, it is counter-attacking play, but it's not quick play.
It's not quick
You see
play.
a lot of teams playing fast, one-touch passing. You don't see that. We have a very cautious style under Ole. So I think they just reverted to type. They started well. They started with a lot of energy, high press, playing quick, getting the ball into box as fast as possible, and that was brilliant. And if they had done that for 90 minutes, I think we would have won the game. It's a number of, like I said before, it's a number of things that have gone wrong. But Ollie's coaching methods primarily, in my opinion.
Sad. Sammy,
Yeah.
you saw the fast-paced United started, Martial, everyone. So the buzz was there. The fans were behind the team always. Come second half, Cavani did miss a chance with a header. Martial did miss another chance with a header, like Vimal said, those chances that were not taken earlier. Okay, the clinical finishing, but that is still not an excuse to score one and sit back or whatever. You have to finish teams off, especially a team like Everton who always come up with some, and they were missing a lot of players. So you see what I mean, Sammy? So talk to me, Sammy.
Yeah, I mean,
why did we change the momentum?
Well, yeah, that's the thing. First of all, we just scored one goal, so we haven't actually made the killer blow. And you can't just sit back and change the momentum of the game when you are literally getting success by playing that position game or playing fast pace. I have no idea why we changed that. I mean, I know I'm going back to what Joe mentioned that I think he listened to Bruno Fernandes press conference. I feel like after that De Gea incident in Aston Villa, maybe they're told to not to say something which is kind of sensitive to Ole's tactics or something. So maybe he just made a diplomatic comment, like he's putting blame on the players. He's kind of scapegoat for.
I think so. I agree.
So, but the thing is that one thing we need to understand that when something changed after a second half, so something happened. There's some kind of discussion happened in the locker room, and that's not like the only players are involved to make a decision that we're going to literally change the momentum. Ole should be involved there too. Understand? There's some kind of a message was passed. So one thing I don't understand that why Marshall was taken off. Why Cavani was taken off because
he had a knock.
He had a knock. He was injured.
Yeah, so Marshall was taken off for the knock. Yeah, but why Cavani? Cavani was literally getting to a game. He was more fast paced. He had the energy. We can't expect the same from Ronaldo, who's gonna just come to your penalty box and defend or help midfield to get the balls, because Ronaldo will need a supplies. So we put Ronaldo in when we'll do one more goal up. If it is a 2-0 up, obviously just put Ronaldo in. So going back to your question, I mean, I just don't know. I mean, why we literally made the decision to like switch the momentum. Maybe there's one point of just to Ole's negative mentality again, just to go for 3 points, doesn't matter. But he missed the fact that you can't be just sit back when you're just 1-0 up, like you're playing Everton. Okay, anything could be possible. This is Premier League. Anything could be like, score goal and like they made the equalize. And that the same thing happened. I don't know why he's not understanding that. It seems like he's being very naive when it comes to making the decision during game time. I mean, he is lacking that presence of mind, say, which a coach should have. Maybe he put a really good team, but he doesn't know that when we are under pressure, how to make the substitution, or how we can switch to a different formation. Sometimes something click, and we glorified him in the past, but in longer run, I feel like it's lack consistency. And that's where I guess he needs to build up if he really wants to continue. We still have 2 more months. I'm not saying anything about whether he's fit for the job. I still gonna watch through like till Christmas and see where we are.
That's
and then
what
maybe
I'm
I'll
going to do
make
too. Right. Ken, can you hear us?
Yeah, yes, I can. Sorry, I can't turn my camera on.
That's fine. We can hear you. Ken, welcome to the show. Ken is representing UK. Ken, thank you for joining us. You saw the
No
game
worries.
today? No, not too bad, mate. Just after we thought, okay, we've turned the corner. We played badly against Villarreal. We still sneaked up. We still got 3 points. What happened today, mate?
Yeah, it's the same old, isn't it? I mean, nothing's changed. It's just the same old rubbish. I mean, if we look at Ollie's decision making to start off with, he rested players for the Carabao Cup. We lost that and went out of the Carabao Cup. He brought the players back in that he rested for the Carabao Cup in the league game, and we lost that game as well. And I'm thinking, this is exactly what's been happening for, over the last 3 years. All these decisions are just, it's just ridiculous. I mean, if you're a smart person who would think, okay, let's win the game. I'll start with we're playing West Ham. We're not playing Notts County or Accrington Stanley. We'll start the strongest team, get some goals early on, and take them off at half time.
Simple.
Didn't happen.
Simple.
The same thing happened today. You got Ronaldo, Pogba, you got Sancho on the bench. What are we doing? I mean, what is this? Yes, Martial scored. It was a really good goal. Yeah. But Ollie was like, I think he's one of those guys that just wants to be like, you know what? I do it my way. I don't care what anyone says. I'm just going to be stubborn.
I think so.
Yeah. But if you do that, then you have to fall by you have to live by the sword and die by the sword. And when the criticisms come, you have to take it on the chin and not give excuses. But all we keep hearing is excuses upon excuses. We made so many changes when we could have won the game earlier. Why are we resting players anyway? We resting players for France, Portugal. Like, do we have any contracts with France and Portugal and all these players? England. What's I just don't get it. But anyway, we look at the mid. Let's analyze today's game. Yeah, the reason why Ollie plays McFred is to stop nonsense. The nonsense that happened today for that second, the Everton goal, right? That's why he played. Because if you look at Spurs last season, before Spurs, we were playing like one or two. We didn't have McFred. Yeah, it was Pogba and maybe Fred, Pogba and Matic, which gave us the impetus to attack and create. But in that game, we lost 6-1, and Ollie just went, you know what? I'm gonna forget everything that I know. I've learned what I know as a manager, what I know about Man United. I'm gonna keep playing 2 DMs. But then what happened today for that Everton goal? You've got two DMs and we're still conceding from a corner. It doesn't make any sense. That's the whole point of bringing in McFred, to stop, counter-attacks like that. And they can't even do it.
They can't even do it. That's 2 guys doing the job of 1 player. And this is what I've been saying. Last season, as much as people say, there was a win ratio. Okay, we won a lot of games. That we did scrape through a lot of 2-1s, 2-1s, 3-2, then tight games against the low blocks, playing the McFred. But these 2 guys are doing the job of 1 man, and they still can't even do that properly.
Villarreal is exactly the same. Villarreal, how many counter-attacks did Villarreal have? Yes, Fred didn't play. Yeah, he didn't play in that game. But all the games that we played,
first half, mate.
Yeah, all the games that we've played with those two, we're still getting counter attacks. So it's
So I
not
don't.
making any
You remember
sense.
if you heard what this guy? I think it was this week, or was it before the press conference before Villarreal? I think that was on Tuesday or Monday. He said they asked him about Fred. He said they bring energy and they break up play. So he's referring to the Villa game.
Yeah,
I still don't see what this guy's talking. I bet this guy
They
just
don't.
says
They
crap to just ward off the questions, or he doesn't know what he's saying. Because I remember clearly, I'll go find the quote before the season started. We are going to be a more attacking team. This was before the fault of Ronaldo. This was okay.
He
Sancho.
said he was going to go 4-3-3. Yeah,
I still can't see this. I am not
that,
seeing this.
Yeah, that hasn't happened. And also, people might think, oh yeah, if we didn't concede that goal, we would have won. We would not have won. We would not have let everyone get it right. We didn't draw the game because Everton scored. Everton would have always scored. They should have won the game. So what teams are doing is they're sitting back, they're luring us out, they're bringing us out, and they're hitting us on the counter. We can't cope with it, and that's because we can't. Players are not. We're not coached, so players don't know where they should. In terms of positioning. That's why the likes of Matic is very crucial because he doesn't listen to Oli. Because he's played in big clubs and he's experienced. He knows where to position himself to stop the counter at source before it actually gets to a goal.
Isn't Matic a specialist DM? That's
He's
what
specialized,
his
yeah.
role
That's
has
why we
been. So
signed
why are we not
The
using
only
him?
DM we have.
So why are we not using him rather than wasting two players to do one role?
That's what
Is
he did
Oli-
last
is
season,
Oli
and he thinks
dim,
that was a
or he-
one. You see, Ole's that kind of player. Okay, if it's not broken, don't fix it.
Yeah,
But
but
he
is
won't
he dim?
improve it. He won't
He's
improve it.
not-
I'm just going to cautionly, it worked for me. What about you
That's
use
a
the same
negative
formula
mindset.
till the formula is broken down
But-
completely?
But the thing is, he's not learning from his mistakes.
No.
He's not learning on the job. That's the thing. I thought he would come in and at least learn on the job, but he's not even learning on the job. He's making mistakes upon mistakes. Everton would have scored even if we hadn't considered that corner. Because what would happen is we would just keep dilly-dallying on the ball, no ideas. Let's just hoof it up and hope for the best. Look for Ronaldo, and then what happens? They get a free kick and it goes in.
Individuality and
You know,
moments.
the funny thing is, right? Sorry to interrupt, Ken.
No,
if
go on.
Matic was there to make that interception with Demarai Gray, what do you think he would have done?
You fouled the guy.
You'd have
bro.
taken him out. That's
Would have
the
taken
thing.
him out.
That's
He would have been
what
because he would have been
experienced players do.
positioned right. He would have been
Take the
positioned
card.
Oh, can I
Yeah.
ask a question
Take the
about?
card
Can I
for the
can I ask
team.
a question about that Matic comment?
Yeah.
Do you think Matic would have even caught up to Demarai Gray?
No, it would have.
No, he wouldn't have let it get
I
to that
think he
stage.
would have played a little bit further back. I think he would have had
Yeah, you
more
won't be so
awareness
high up.
that
No,
there's
no, no, no,
danger
no.
here.
You have
I
to-
think he
you
would have
have
had
to-
awareness there's
No,
danger
you
here.
you have to base it off of where Fred was, right? You're based and off of where Fred was. Fred had to catch up to Demarai Gray and then try to make a play.
Yeah,
I'm
but
saying
Joe,
that
sorry, Joe, one
if
sec.
we're talking about bringing Matic in. Matic is not catching up to Demarai Gray. Matic would probably already start running down the pitch to meet up with Demarai Gray over by maybe the box or whatever. Matic is.
But
not running
you're
over
missing
the-
the point, though. You're missing the point. The point is, Joe, Fred had two opportunities to get that ball.
And
Matic
he
would have
missed
got
both.
the first one. When the corner came in, and I can't remember who the player was, but Fred went to him and he missed the ball. And then he went to Demarai Gray and he still
He
missed the
had
ball.
two
there.
attempts.
Yeah, that first attempt, that's where Matic would have got the ball there. Matic would have stopped that
Okay.
counter at
I'll
source.
give you that one.
Yeah. That's why you play people. Obviously, one-on-one, Demarai Gray would not. But Matic is clever. He knows that he can't,
Yeah.
Yeah, because he knows.
Fred
Matic
fumbles
is
a
those
lot.
kind of player who
He knows his limitation.
he knows he hasn't got the pace. He uses his brain more than his
exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Sammy.
He knows
Okay,
his
sorry,
limitation.
Sammy, go on.
But there are situations where you need pace. Your brain can't help you, and that's my pause when it comes to Matic. There's a lot of times where the Premier League is a very fast-paced
Yes,
league,
we agree.
and a lot of times, more times than none, I see Matic chasing shadows, and it's not. There's only so much your brain can do when your body continues to fail you.
Okay,
This is really-
Let me tell you this, Joe. Fred is younger. He is faster. He's still fucking up. So what is the difference here, bro?
He's still
You're
getting
saying
left
Matic,
behind.
you're saying Matic hasn't got the legs. Fred has the legs. He's younger. He still can't even do it.
All right, let me ask this question. Let me ask this question. You've got two options, right? Would you rather go for someone who's got speed but fumbles a lot, or someone who's got experience and is a little bit slower?
Slower and with experience, bro.
Positioning. Someone who's
Matic
positioning.
is a
especially.
lot slower.
We
than
got to
Fred.
remember, Fred's not a
A
DM.
lot.
Fred
That's
is
not
not
a
a DM.
He's
true.
good
He's
at
not a
breaking
DM,
up. He's
no.
not good at
He
tackling.
said,
He's
I'm
good at
learning
breaking
how
up
to
play.
take the ball from the back.
Yeah.
I'm learning.
He's a
Bro,
box
what
to
kind of
box.
buffoon is that? At this
I
time
think,
of
I
your
think he
career,
was,
you're learning
I
how to
think he was
take
taught
the
to say that
ball.
though. I think he
Man,
was briefed to say that personally.
and
I think he was briefed
he
to
made
say
himself even look more stupid. Whoever told him he's more stupid than man, please.
Did he
Sammy,
say
come
it
in
in-
there.
Did he say it in Portuguese and then the
Yeah,
translation?
they probably translated it. Yeah.
The translation had to have been off.
Okay, so
Like, what the
my
fuck?
question is, how long Fred has been around with us? More than 2 years, right? 3 years.
Yeah,
And now
Sammy's
he's
been here
making
since
all those
Mourinho.
comments.
Wasn't Fred here since Mourinho? Yes, he was.
Yeah, Mourinho
good
Now
signed
he's
him.
making
Yeah.
all
And
these
Mourinho
comments.
didn't
bro.
rate him that highly.
Yeah.
Like he's still learning. I mean, to how to get the ball. I mean, he's been with one of the greatest clubs in the world for 3 years. Really? Are we joking?
But that
He
goes
should
back
have
to the
learned. He should have
coaching,
learned his job by now.
the coaching.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying.
Well,
It's
his
the
job is
system.
not
It's
to
not the
play
Okay.
players.
I'm gonna
Like,
say,
look at-
I'm gonna
look
go
at
on,
the
go on,
Corey
go on.
Allen.
Okay.
You had the
Joe,
Corey Allen in
if I
that.
paid you 200 grand a week, would you do any job? Would you be willing to do anything?
Well, of course, yeah. No. Don't get me wrong.
In
I
the
would-
in the
I would-
realms of football, would you be willing to try anything to
I would be
to earn that
willing to
money?
try anything. I would
Yeah.
be willing to try anything. But if you lose your job because you hired me to do that job, that's your problem. That's your fault.
Yeah.
You see
Kay,
what I
finish
mean?
off.
Like I'm
Finish
gonna
what you were
show
saying,
up.
Kay. Kay was saying something.
I was just saying, literally, the Corey and Allen. If you put them in our team, do you know how good we would be? They control the game. They know how to play football. With McTominay and Fred, they react to everything. They don't dictate. They don't control. I don't know how McTominay played 3 games in a row. He's been atrocious.
I don't understand.
For the corner, we've got a set piece specialist, but it's not made it. It's made us worse, if anything.
All these English lads
Yeah.
group, man. Yeah, he's good. He's
Watch after
rubbish.
this. Watch the goal back. Watch Luke Shaw. He's jogging. Same with Lindelof. They're jogging, thinking, "Oh, Fred will win it." As soon as Fred loses it, they're sprinting, but they're
panicking.
only 20 yards away. First thing is, when you're a defender, we lose
Fred
the ball.
had 2 attempts
Anticipate
there
danger.
and fucked up
Anticipate
both.
danger. Yeah.
That's it. They don't smell danger. They don't
Okay.
smell danger.
Who here thinks? I'm gonna start. You're gonna tell me yes or no. Vimal, could Fred have done better for that challenge?
Oh, 100% much better. Yeah. If he had just even got a red card, he would have done his team a favor, and he would have done everyone else a favor because he would be away for 3 games. So.
Yo, I love that. Yeah, that's good. That's the
Oh,
statement of the night.
Yeah.
All right, Ken, could Fred have done better?
100%. I said in the group, right, in the United Stand group, United Road group, because I play football, I know this. You've got to chop him. You've just got, you know what? If you look at Real Madrid, all the DMs I played for Real Madrid,
They will chop you
Barcelona,
down, bro.
Fernandinho at Man City, even Partey. You think Partey will let that go? You've got to chop. You just have to chop. There's a way you tackle, right? The worst thing you can get is a yellow card, and then you plead your innocence, put your hand up, look at the ref will go, okay, warning. You take one it's called taking one for the team. Twice.
Too bad. Joe.
It's called a tactical foul.
Joe, could
right.
Fred have done better? Joe.
He definitely should have done better. That is exactly what he's supposed to be there for, to break plays up. And if you got a foul to break
let me stop you there. The word break plays up is what Oleg cheerleader playing his drum.
That's his job description. Play.
Did you guys? Okay, let's talk about McTominay. Did you see where he was way over?
He was in the box. No, but he was in the okay. I had this conversation with Benz. We did the replay. McTominay was in the box at the time of the corner kick. He was actually in the far post, right?
Yeah,
like I said,
sprint, run. He was running like a chicken. Just Did you see when the goal went in where he was?
But that's coaching though. The coaching.
Let me go to K. Hold on. K. Could Fred have done better there?
I think the only way he could have done anything was go to Grain. But when you talk about all those players we've talked about, they're told to break up play. It's a tactical foul, like the others were saying. They say City, Barcelona, Pep was the best at it. If they get the ball on the break, just 3 seconds, put a foul, win it back or
hit
foul,
him.
and you get away with it. But we're not taught to play like that. So instinctively, in Fred's head, he's not going to think foul. He's just thinking break up play and then play.
Because he's not a DM.
I've
That's
seen
why.
Matic. I've seen Matic, whereby
yeah,
Matic has lost the player. He pulls the guy back with his hand, like,
Yeah,
you know.
Matic will instinctively pull you or kick you or knee you in the balls like he did the other day.
Sammy,
And that's
should Fred
experience.
have done better
I'm
then?
going to sum up everything, okay? So the Fred, again,
the experience we need on the
job
team.
is to break the attack work. Does he feel that way? Does he think like a defensive midfield that it's his job to break it? He doesn't, okay? Like, I'm going back to what Bimal mentioned. He should have fucking got a red card, okay? So either you die as a hero or live long enough to become a villain. A quote from Dark Knight. So yeah, I mean, he should have at least done something to break the play at
Fully
that time.
knowing
Like,
this guy is on his way.
Yeah, it's like smelling that danger, like
Exactly.
he has that mentality to become a defensive midfield. That's my question to Ole. If I'm gonna just have one-on-one with Ole about Fred, the first question: do you really think that Fred can be a defensive mid? Does he have that mentality? We heard saying about a defender called Vidic. One time he said, he can,
Vidic would,
the nose,
the monster grade would have been high in the air, bro.
Yeah. So does all Fred thinks when he gets nutmegged by a player, does he think that he's losing respect? It's his job to win the ball back. Sometimes it's about mentality also. It's not about the footballing skill, not about your physical appearance, how short you are, how tall you are. Sometimes it comes from here. I think that's missing there. Okay, so that's also one of the reasons I don't like Fred. I feel like Van de Beek has more mental attitude, more mental stamina than him.
Right. Okay. I'm gonna go in the defense. The 4 players who played defensively, starting with Vimal, who was the best out of the lot of the 4 of them? Who was the man of the match out of the 4?
For me, Varane, clearly, because Lindelof, he made some interceptions, but Lindelof was a little bit all over the place. He was a bit lost in defense, and he was doing what he normally does, which is going out of position and not covering. And Varane was just spot on. He would place himself in the perfect place to make those interceptions. Did you see how many headers he made to clear that ball out of the box today? He was always in the right place, and I think he covered up for Lindelof's errors in a big way. Wan-Bissaka was probably a little bit rusty, and Luke Shaw, I just think one thing I observed with Luke Shaw is that he wasn't putting any crosses in like he would for England. I was wondering why he's not doing that. It was probably because of his instructions, but as soon as you get him on the left side,
haven't been the same since the Euros. They just haven't been the same since the Euros.
But Luke Shaw has always shined with those crosses, and his crosses, he's been whipping that ball in for England all the time, and he's been doing well. Why is he not doing that for Man U? It's not because he can't do it, because he can. I think he's being coached or told not to do that, or something else perhaps. I found that bizarre because he had a perfect opportunity to cross in, and he didn't do it. And who have you got in the box? Cavani. Who better than, who else is better in that box?
Right.
Apart from Ronaldo, it's Cavani. You've got to get that cross in, because we ain't got anything on the right hand side with Wan-Bissaka.
Right.
So Varane for me.
Ken, out the best, the 4 defenders, who was the best and the worst of the bunch of 4?
Yeah, I'll have to agree. It's Varane. It's Varane, to be honest, because I'm just concerned for him because we're making him look average, like he's working overtime in that team. And you can see from that Everton goal, he would track him back, but he just couldn't get close because he'd gone on for the corner. And it's not his job he's thinking, at Real Madrid, that ball gets stopped, that's all. Or he gets, on the line, Fred would have, or whoever's playing the DM, Casemiro would have cleared, got the ball. But yeah, it has to be him. I don't know what you guys think about moving him to the left. Is that to cover Shaw in terms of left centre back? Because I think his best position is right centre back.
Right.
But he's been moved to left centre back because Ollie, you know what Ollie said? Oh, he's both footed. So let's on the left. But yeah, to answer your question, Varane, yeah.
Okay, Joe, the back four. Who was the best? Who was the worst on the lunch on the back four lunch? Who was the best one? Who was the worst one?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to give it to Varane. Shaw had a decent game, but I saw him making runs, but he wasn't getting the ball. In the first half too, I started seeing more and more overlap on both sides. We played well. We were playing good. That's what's so mind-boggling about this game, you know. So as far as just to answer the question, Varane, that's out of the back.
Okay, Kay, the back line. Who was the worst? Who was the best in that back four?
Yeah, it was Varane clear, but the elite. He was just elite. The others, like the partnership, Lindelof. Like we said before, Lindelof when he's partnered with Bailly or Maguire, it's alarm bells. Like he's just, he's had his chance. He's like, if you watch the goal back as well, Lindelof's a bit further back. Fred and Shaw are in the same line, but Shaw's a bit more to the right. Fred's close to the ball. Fred tries to nick it, then he misses it. Demarai sprints, then Fred tries to shoulder barge him. Demarai gets his body there. And then you see Shaw sprinting back. You see Lindelof putting his head down. They both run to the same ball. Lindelof and Shaw.
They kind of
it's like
collided.
Yeah, Shaw
both
ran
run
a
to the
left
same place.
thingy, yeah, Townsend.
And for me, it's just like football sense tells you Wan-Bissaka's there. You don't both need to go to the ball.
Yeah,
You're both watching
exactly.
the ball. You're not looking for the
Exactly.
danger.
Yeah,
And
it was
calamity.
it
calamity.
looked like some Benny Hill shit right there.
Yeah, exactly.
It really did because they
Sammy.
both just like ran into each other.
Well, again, like obviously Varane is one of the main defender who stood out from others because he was pretty good in aerial balls. He actually defended well against some of the crosses coming in, and we know that we can literally like see that trust there in somebody's like rock solid in our defense whom we can rely on, who can actually intercept most of the defense. And Lindelof, I mean, again, he's okay. Maybe it was Varane was right next to him, but he was a little. Sometime I felt like he was shaky, and Varane literally covered up. So obviously Varane, no doubt, he's the best among the lot. And I felt like I was a little disappointed on Luke Shaw's performance. He's not making the crosses. The overlap run was not good.
I'm a
And
United fan.
for that goal we conceded, I feel like Shaw didn't have any kind of like a sense of that Townsend was there. He's also like, helping his doing in that counter attack. So I feel like he was literally taking the position. Maybe he would have been not going to the left, rather he should be a stick to Townsend to maybe could have like intercept the ball coming to him, which he literally took that and take the shot. So I feel like, Shaw little bit of has a like lack of awareness during the goal. Maybe I know it was totally like Fred's fault. We're talking about he should have like fouled it, but I feel like Luke Shaw could have done better in that spot if he would have like had some awareness of the Townsend. The Everton player was literally getting close to that. So yeah, so Luke Shaw is feel like he is little. I feel like he's the worst among the lot.
Right. Let's go to the midfield quickly. I'm going to leave Sammy since I started with you. Who was the worst in the midfield bunch?
Well, the
Without-
worst,
that's obvious
I would
also.
definitely, I have to basically give that crown to Fred. He's the worst of the midfield. And talking about best, I would definitely consider Bruno. He did his best. I think Bruno should be kind of like considered as the man of the match today. And I actually got a notification from he's actually the man of the match for today's game. So Bruno is the best midfielder and Fred is obviously the worst.
All right. Okay. Midfield.
The worst for me was McTominay. Like, McTominay was, he was the worst for me. I think Fred had a good game, apart from the not breaking up play. I thought especially the first half, he did all right. McTominay was the worst for me personally, and he's been poor for 3 games. It looks like he's been rushed back. He's had I think he had groin surgery, didn't he? And he was out for about a month, and he's been kept on. And I think Ollie's trying to play him into form. And I've always said, if he wasn't an academy player, he wouldn't be anywhere near the team.
Of
Because
course.
he's an academy player, he gets away with a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just,
Okay.
But I'd say Bruno was the best midfielder we have today.
Joe.
Yeah, same thing. Even though Fred's play led to the goal overall throughout the entire game. Fred he wasn't great, but he definitely produced more than McTominay. McTominay, third straight game in a row, he
Running around like a headless chicken.
completely dead in the midfield, and it's killing us. So, and that's on Ole. So, of course, best midfielder is Bruno.
Ken.
Yeah, I'll go for. Best midfielder is Bruno, and McTominay is the worst. I know Fred made that mistake, and it's so annoying that he did. But he actually had some good moments before that, you know. So yeah, McTominay, I don't know what he was doing, you know. Yeah. So
Vimal.
Yeah, I have to agree. McTominay was pretty awful. He's like I said before, his timing was just way off. You know, you win or lose a game in midfield, and if you've got Fred and McTominay and Bruno and etc., in midfield, you've got to win it from there. Bruno was fantastic, one touch passing. He did had some amazing touches. You know, this guy shows us what class is all about. Unfortunately, we don't have it with those supposed DMs. McTominay, you know, he was getting simple balls played to him in the middle, and he just couldn't get the timing right. He was running either too far ahead, too far behind, and play was breaking down with those two DMs, especially McTominay. Now the thing is, if you can see that McTominay is playing so badly, as a manager, as a coach, you don't play that guy. You've got Van der Beek, who I think would have linked up really well with Bruno today. So yeah, big errors.
While you're there, Vimal, the attack, who was the worst of the attack line and who was the best of the attack line?
Wow, got to say, the worst, probably Mason. I mean,
I was thinking the same.
Yeah, his effort is there. I think he's turning into a Rashford though. Head down, shoot,
Selfish.
head down, shoot. Yeah, you know, there's times when you can play players in, and trying to get to. Well, I think he's a little bit one-dimensional, and I think he's like a sponge. I can see when the players talk to him that he absorbs, he listens a lot. He's very young. His mind is being molded. His play is being molded. He's just turned 20 yesterday. He's a little kid, really.
I think,
I know you think he's trying to impress. I think he's a little bit one-dimensional, though.
Right. So he was the worst of the attack line. Who was the best of the attack line?
Because there's a lot of wasted chances. The best of the, to say best of the front line.
Yeah.
Well, I think Cavani was excellent today.
Okay.
You know, he's and he should have stayed on. Because I think his work rate is excellent. He will drop in. He's got a much better work rate. That guy's hungry. You know, he's 33 years old, but he plays with energy that we need throughout that team, and he always gives us that energy. Right. That's why I respect him so much.
Okay, Ken, attack line, best and worst.
Yeah, I think I'll have to say the worst was Greenwood. He's costing us goals because he just wants to come in and shoot. I know he played a huge part in the first goal. That pass to Bruno was fantastic. You know, that pass that he zipped it in, and Bruno laid it off to Martial, who scored. I just think he needs a breather. I think we need to play. I want to see Sancho on the right. I really do. Right. I really want to see Sancho on the right, Ronaldo up top, and what's his name? Martial on the left. I think that would be good, you know, because Martial is better on the left. He can come in with his right foot. He can pass and move and all that stuff. So, yeah, the worst one will have to be Greenwood, and the best attacker will have to be Martial because of the goal he scored. I understand Cavani worked hard, and he had a good game, but just looking at the game, based on the game and the impact of the game, he got a goal, So, yeah, Martial's the best, and Greenwood the worst. He needs a break with Greenwood.
Can I ask a quick question? Mason Greenwood, he's left-footed.
Yes.
Why couldn't he play on the left-hand side?
I said that during the week.
Is this nonsense with Oli where they can come in with their right, or a right-footed player will come in on their right?
You want to play inverted.
It's nonsense, man. Just stick Sancho on the right. If you're gonna play Greenwood, try and play him on the left.
Yeah,
let's see what happens.
Mason is two-footed, right? Mason is two-footed, so if he can't get that shot off, then he can get a cross in with his left foot. He can whip it in. And then
Exactly.
if he can't get across, and then he can flip and then have a shot with his right. I would play him on the left and play Sancho on the right.
Right.
I think with Greenwood, right, as far as you guys want him to play, if you're gonna put him on the left, it's because you have the intention for him to start making crosses. But he puts him on the right because he takes better shots on the right hand side as a cutting in with his left foot. I feel like
Yeah, but
he has
Van
a-
Persie
Isn't his left foot
the
stronger?
shot he took today, that does not. He was never going to score from there. No way.
and he's so predictable
No,
as
no, he
well.
wasn't.
Defenders know he's always going to come in on his left foot to shoot.
Mm.
You know, so it's predictable.
necessary.
Van Persie is very similar to Van Persie. Van Persie played on the left, but he can also Van Persie is predominantly left-footed, but he can come in on his right and shoot. Yeah, and Greenwood can do the same as well. Greenwood can cut in on his right and shoot, or go to the left and cross. But when he plays on the right, he can't get to the byline. He did it once in the Champions League against Villarreal. I don't know if you guys realize, putting a great ball on his right foot. But he doesn't do it often, you know. And I just think he needs a break. Ollie keeps playing. He's only 19. You got to, as a teenager, you got to take them out, bring them in here and there. If you're doing that for Sancho, why can you do it for Greenwood?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Joe, attack, best and worst.
Best, obviously, I'm gonna give it to Martial because he scored the goal and he looked great. It would be Cavani if Cavani stayed in the game because the work, the way Cavani was involved in the final third, keeping things moving, keeping the passes going, I think it was very beneficial. But he didn't play the entire game, so.
I mean, it's shocking, isn't it? Two best players coming off. It's bad.
Well, one was because of injury, right? And two was because of politics. There's no way you got something.
Politics.
Yes, you got some. I wouldn't be surprised if Ole got a call from up top. You got 75,000 people there to watch Cristiano Ronaldo. You got to get Cristiano Ronaldo on the pitch. You know,
then take McTominay off and bring on Ronaldo.
Exactly. At that point, you're trying to go and win the game, right? Just keep the ball in the box. Keep the ball up there. Ken, Kay.
Oh, hold on.
Joe's not finished yet.
I'm not
Yeah,
finished.
Joe, you keep jumping from track to track. I put you on one track. You decide to go and jump on another track.
He's like a super fast DJ.
It went from I put you on the track for attacking. You now talking about corporate membership.
Vermael derailed me, man. That's what happened. Hey, okay, so
go on, Joe, bro.
Worst, I'm gonna give it to Greenwood, and I think Greenwood is dealing with the fact that he has to. He is trying to get game time. He's trying to prove himself. He knows that somebody has been brought in off of big funds to take his spot, right? The spot that he's at right now. He's not going to start ahead of either Cavani or Ronaldo. So he has to make himself undroppable. And how do you make yourself undroppable? You got to score goals. And sometimes you feel like you got to take certain kind of shots. And that's what he
And
doing.
most of them are being times where he would have just made a simple cross. Like the game against Villa, he was woeful. Instead of crossing, he's trying to be shooting from, give me a break. Don't they tell him? You know what, man?
Can I ask a question, actually?
Yeah,
about this. Kay used to play semi-professional football. Have you come across strikers that when they get the ball, all they do is shoot?
Yeah.
All the time, right?
Generally, the ones that were big, immobile, not people like Greenwood, they would be normally your target man that couldn't run, get it at their feet, bang. But some of them are, I think with Greenwood, it's bad habits. He's being coached and being left to do it, so it's become a habit. You need a coach to tell him, don't do that, do this. Remember when Zlatan was there with Rashford? He said Rashford needs to learn to play for the team.
Pass,
Same thing
and look up.
With Greenwood. And Lukaku,
No, he said to Rashford, you need to look up. Because Rashford gets the ball down, head down, go to goal. Mason's doing the same thing.
There you go. What's the pattern? Same. Okay. Best and worst attackers today.
For me, it was close, but I'd say Cavani, because what Cavani does in the team that no other player does, he makes runs that you have to give him the ball. It's not like, I don't trust him. He pulls people left, right, centre, and he just makes space and he makes it more fluid. He engages on the ball. The thing with Ronaldo is today he kept coming deep, and the thing with Ronaldo, he's not patient. If he doesn't get a touch, he gets attracted to the ball. Same with Bruno. Bruno's similar. He always wants the ball. Sometimes you just gotta take players away, make space for others. And yeah, for me it was Cavani. Worst. Yeah, Greenwood, just because of he's doing things that they work now and again, but you can't do that week in, week out. It's just it's not good. That's why he's not getting in the England team. Like people say, why is he not getting in the England team? It's because of the way he's playing. It's not because he's scoring. That's why all he's playing him. But what he adds to the team, he's not offering anything to the team.
Right. Did anyone see Ronaldo and Sancho working well together down that left side? Did you see any connection? Because they were interchanging passes a lot down that left side.
Towards the end, I did see.
Yes.
Yeah, there was some good interplay there.
Yeah, there was one that
Sancho looked
Ronaldo
good
just
today, man.
deceived and did a side quick back heel to
Yeah.
Sancho.
I saw that.
Then there was one that Sancho puts Ronaldo through, but it was just inches because Ronaldo hit on his left shot with the keeper either put it wide or just went wide. What do you think of that combo towards the end, Vimal?
I thought it was excellent. I think Sancho. I
saw some skill set from him today, which I haven't seen recently.
Yeah, he's confident now. You can see that confidence is starting to increase. He's facing plays head on, and he's looking to take them on.
Yeah.
And he's got that confidence now where you think, look, come and take me on. I'm going to go past you. You know, he's got that kind of swagger now, and something has spurred him on. I don't know what it is, but I know he was getting slated on Twitter. He was getting slated on social media. Maybe his friends have told him, maybe someone's told him, but something has spurred him on to perform. And he's making that left-sided position his, although I would like to see him on the right at some point.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Joe, did you see Sancho and Ronaldo combination towards the end on that left side? What do you think of that?
I definitely saw it, and with Sancho, yeah, it's definitely very interesting because like he's not the one that's going to be there to just put in crosses. Sancho is about beating his guy, getting to the byline, and finding a play. And I saw him do it a couple of times this game. He's definitely going into the Premier League. He's getting his timing right. You know, he's getting the pace. So he's looking definitely very promising. I liked what I saw. Now, I think I would have seen something better with Cavani on the pitch. I don't know what it is. It seems like Cavani, when the team is there, right? Because for whatever reason, Cavani does what Cavani does in the final third, what Pogba does in the midfield.
Right.
Or what we would want from like a Conte or just somebody to just keep things moving, keep things going, constantly moving. It's got to be so nerve-wracking to be a defender with Cavani on the pitch.
Okay.
So,
Ken.
Yeah.
Ken. Is Ken there?
Ken.
Yes, I'm there. What's the question?
Ronaldo and Sancho, did you see some combinations down the left side towards the end of the game today?
Yeah, I saw. I know the flick that Ronaldo gave him that he should have scored. But
yeah, he's got to play. He didn't get the ball. He didn't hit the ball.
He just has to play. He just has to play. He has to play on the right. I see that everyone knew that we needed a right winger, right?
Yes.
We got Sancho. Why play him on the left? There are so many people that can play on the left. Why are we playing Greenwood on the right? If Oli thought really and truly that Greenwood would play on the right, why buy Sancho then? Do you know what I mean? So he needs to play on the right. Ronaldo needs to be up top. And the thing about Ronaldo is you play Ronaldo. You have to play Ronaldo. The guy, he's 36, but he's like 27 in normal terms. Like normally, he's 20. You've got to play him. And then build partnerships.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so to answer your question, I saw some partnerships, some link-up play there. But knowing Oli, Sancho will start the next game on the bench. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What was the question again? Sorry.
Ronaldo and Sancho towards the end. You saw them interchanging passes. Sancho laid the ball for Ronaldo, hit it, and it just went past the post narrowly. And Ronaldo returned the same kind of interchange pass, and he did not get his shot properly that keeper saved.
It's like what they say. Like what he said about Mata. When elite players play together, they're on the same wavelength. The thing with the final third and the back third, I mean, yeah, the back and the front, the midfield lets it down. They're on totally different wavelengths, and it's just, yeah, I don't know. It's so frustrating. They link up well, but they haven't got a person to knit it all together. Sorry, the fire is copy.
That's all right.
Go ahead. Take
Yeah,
care.
so yeah, I thought they linked up well, but it's like, say hello, one.
Hi.
Yeah. Say hi.
Hi.
Yeah, so for me,
Nice.
I thought they linked up well. The thing afterwards, good. Also to sort his leg away.
I
The
like
thing
his
for me,
mayonnaise shirt.
like Ken said, Ronaldo, you don't bring him in to not play him. You've got Pogba on the bench, you've got Sancho on the bench, you've got all these guys on the bench. I feel
One
like
would have thought it was such it's Everton. You need to put your best team out against Everton.
Do you know what it is
So I
with
don't know
Oli
what he
now? I
was
think
thinking.
he's got so many players now that he's thinking, I need to play them all. Otherwise, they're going to get upset like Donny. The only thing is he doesn't rate Donny. So he doesn't care about Donny. Whereas the others, if they don't play, it's going to be problems for him. It's going to be a big problem. So he's having to rotate unnecessarily now. And it's like I said, when us buying Ronaldo, it's created more problems for Oli than it's created solutions. Because he didn't plan to get him.
That's true. Okay, now before we go,
That's a good problem to have, though.
a good problem to have when you have a all-time player.
Like, I don't-
But problem is, does the coach know what to do? It's just like I said, they
No.
give you a Ferrari. If you're not used to having a Ferrari, you won't know how to drive the Ferrari or how to make the Ferrari be your leading car. That's where Ole's stuck. That's the problem.
Ollie's Formula 3, his team is Formula 1.
That is what I'm saying. It's like someone used to driving a Ford Fiesta. They give you a Lamborghini. You're like, what should I do now? That's the problem.
Hey, what's your problem with Ford Fiestas, man? Those are decent vehicles.
Those in UK know what Ford Fiestas are not big. They're not common in the in America. Ford Fiesta.
Yeah.
Remember the 1.2 liter engine ones? Don't small.
1.2. Good God.
Yeah. Joe doesn't know that those cars came with 1.2, 1.1 liter
What
engines
is it?
back in the
What
day.
is it? What does it run on? AA batteries? What's going on?
You guys have a Ford Fiesta in the US?
They
We
don't.
do.
They use Ford.
No,
Ford
no.
Focus, kind of the smallest version.
Full
Okay.
Focus, yeah.
Ford Fiesta is a
I've-
cheap little hatchback.
Yeah.
No,
Very cheap.
there's a few Fiestas
1.2
running around.
liter engine, bro. 1.2, bro.
Yeah, it's
That
almost
was
like
how.
a student car.
Mm.
Low on insurance, low on tax.
Yep. The average
PE
student
teacher's
back
car.
in-
It's a PE teacher's car, isn't it?
Oli
That's
car.
what Ollie should be driving.
Come on, guys. Come on.
So, right. From everything, from the tactics, substitution, and selection today. Vima, what are you rating Ollie? Scale of 1 to 10.
Ollie's rating. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Can we do minus numbers again?
So, whatever
come
number
on.
you want to give Ole, 1 to 10. What do you give
For me,
Ole?
it's a 0 again, man. He got it
Oh,
wrong.
yeah.
He got it wrong. He's got his subs wrong. Martial was
It's
hot.
Everton you're playing, not
Cavani was playing
Stoke
well.
City.
Exactly.
It's a tough
Everton.
team. Why wouldn't you
Yeah.
put your best first? Then
Exactly.
get the result, then start changing. But it just...
Get a 2 or 3 goal lead and then take your players off, rest them. Start with your best 11. I mean, he's look at the squad he's got now. I tell you, every manager in the Premier League will be envious of our squad, and they'll know exactly what to do with them.
Yeah.
Ollie doesn't know.
I get you. What's this Leicester manager's name again? Who used to play Liverpool ex-manager?
Brendan,
You think that guy would not have won't do a better job with what he had?
100% better, much better job. I think even Graham Potter would do a better job.
Yeah.
Pochettino would do a better job.
The same
Who's
Brendan
that?
Rodgers that
Who's
lost
that?
to Sparta? The same
Huh?
Brendan Rodgers that lost to Sparta this week?
I think even Sean Dyche should do a better job.
Yeah, and that Bournemouth manager who went last year, what was his
Eddie
name?
Howe.
Eddie, he would do a better job.
Yeah.
I think these
They
guys are
got
proper coaches,
relegated,
man.
didn't they?
Yeah.
Well, they did, but he's a good attacking manager. I mean, there's something
they
about
play
him.
some good football, though.
Play some good football,
Yeah.
and I just think that you give him a squad like ours. I don't know.
Oh, shoot.
Would he do better than Ollie?
I think he would, mate. Because
Yeah.
he has a system in his mind, even
Yeah.
though he's like the Leeds manager, but they could just defend just a bit better than Leeds at the time. Right. So what are you giving him, Ole? You gave 0?
0.
Okay. Joe, Ole, selection, substitution, and tactics today.
Ole started at the half. Ole was at a 6.5, but because of his substitutions, it brings him down to a 4.
4 out of 10 by Joe. Okay, Ken.
4 out of 10.
Ole, selection, tactics, and substitutions today, Ken. Ole.
Yeah, me, I always give him a minus 10 because there's nothing. I can't see anything he's doing right.
Not even turning up.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous, man. If we keep saying the same thing every single day, you know, it's like we could do. Let's just record ourselves and play it in the next game.
Yeah, did you not like the first
He's
half?
not doing anything right. He's got to a stage where he's done everything he could do. He just needs to hand over to a Conte or to a Zidane. That's all it is. He just needs to hand over and say there are some managers that will get you up to a certain level. Ollie's like a builder.
I think he's in the same Lampard category.
Yeah, he builds teams, and then when he gets to a certain stage, you need a finisher, someone that will come and finish the job and get you over the line. Ollie's never going to get us over the line, and you can tell from the decisions he's making, resting players when he shouldn't be resting, and playing them when he should be resting them. So it's just like
and playing players in form. He's not even doing that.
Yeah.
Okay. Ole, selection, substitution, and tactics today.
Yeah, I've got to give Ole a 3. He's persistent with McFred. Ole's like a utility player in a squad or sub. He was a super sub. He's not the finished article. He's never going to get you 20, 25 goals a season. He's just going to be the one that helps the team. And that's how I sum Ole up. He's not the guy that's going to take us anywhere. He's the guy that's just going to be a stepping stone, like the guy that he's the middleman. He's the bank manager.
2-1 young boys.
Or the mortgage broker, sorry.
West Ham, Aston Villa.
Yeah.
That's messed up, mate.
Yeah, so I think it's more to come, and it's gonna get worse before it gets better. That's what we're thinking about.
So overall today, the whole team performance, if you add all the subs that came on today, what are you rating this team today? What are you going to give them? The people who started and the team who came in as reserves. What are you rating the whole team performance today? Yes, but with
team
the 1
performance.
point, with the 2 points dropped.
Yeah, I mean, it was good for the first 25, 30 minutes. But, people took their eye off the ball. They didn't have the focus and they lost the energy. They lost that tempo. So I would give them, because we should have got 3 points today. We had every right to get 3 points. So I'd give them a 3.
Joe.
Played well first half. Pissed the bed second half. Give them a 5.5.
Ken. Let's go to Ken.
Sorry, is that me?
Yeah, Ken. What you rate the team today? The subs and the whole team today.
That's a good question. We should have won. I'll probably give them a 5, just to be fair. I'll give them the 5 because they did try.
Give it to me.
They did try, but it's just that they don't have. That's why I get upset when people blame players at certain points, because you can, play. You can. We all wanted Varane. We got Varane. We're still conceding goals. We wanted the right midfielder. We're not. The right midfielder's on the bench. Ronaldo. I mean, come on. You got Ronaldo in your team. We're only scoring 1 goal every game. We can't even score goals, and we've got the best, one of the arguably the best ever footballer in the world. Then you've got Pogba. We don't know how to use him. We've bought Bruno, yes, number 10, but we're not scoring goals. So everyone's saying we need the DM, we need the number 6. We don't need anyone. We've got everything we need. So, yeah, 5 for trying.
Okay.
For me, it's a 4.
4.
Personnel, decision making, rotating the team when he doesn't need to. He just muddled up. Like, why are you resting players before an international break? It doesn't make sense. Like, I don't understand it. I've never known a manager to rest people like that's like Chelsea resting Lukaku, Havertz, and who else is one of their main players? Kante. It doesn't make sense. Like, it does not make sense. We've not got a Champions League game next week or
No.
Champions League final.
No.
We've gone behind. There was a time to put a marker down. City and Liverpool were either going to drop points each, or one of them was going to drop points. Go and get the 3 points, especially after the yo-yo week we've had. It's just like it's like when Arsenal used to draw a lot of games.
Bems is famous, man.
I know, right? Joe is
Where
a
is that?
troublemaker. Joe is the shit stirrer.
Where was that taken?
That's today. That's today.
That was today.
Oh, is it today?
No, you wouldn't- you
Is that,
wouldn't
is
be
that
able to
before
tell
the
the
Everton
difference.
goal or after? Was that before
you-
Everton?
Oh
No
man,
joke,
you guys
no
are
joke,
funny,
you wouldn't-
man.
You wouldn't be able to tell the difference whether it was today or when we played against Newcastle or Leeds.
Yeah,
It's the same look.
Yeah,
it's,
it's the
it's the
same
poker
look.
face, isn't it? The poker face.
I
Yo,
normally don't smile though.
Ben's, welcome to the show. We were just about to read, but we'll give you your space quickly. Right. Summarize today's performance, because we've all talked about it. I'm just going to ask you quick questions about it. Summarize today.
Today, actually, we played. This is the second time we played. We played well. We played better than most games this season. Leeds and today were I'll say our best performances when it came as far as moving the ball quickly and all that stuff, and then movement off the ball, trying to create chances. Honestly, in my opinion, we didn't really create that many chances, like that many clear-cut chances, but we did create chances. But it was more pleasing to watch. But again, I think defensively we're still suspect, but the reason why is because of the midfield. And I mean, if you watch that goal, that was basically a counterattack. Where's the midfield, especially Fred? Fred chases down Gray, and Fred just gets bodied off. And I mean, I mean, if you're gonna play CDM, that shouldn't happen, in my opinion. If Fred can handle physicality, just take a yellow card. I mean,
Just what everyone said. Take one for the
just wipe
team.
him out. Don't lose that battle, because that was the
He
beginning
had
of
2 attempts on that screen, twice.
Yeah, it's and honestly, Fred didn't have a great game, but he played okay. But he still made mistakes. You're always gonna have mistakes with Fred and McTominay. And yet again, where's McTominay? I know McTominay was in the box because that was just right after a set piece. If you watch McTominay's you watch McTominay's movement when they were on the counter attack against us, he wasn't really running down to defend that chance that Everton scored. He was just jogging.
And Ole said they break up play, right?
Man, it's ridiculous. Fred and McTominay, like, people don't understand, right? Yeah, the passion merchants, they're gonna run around the field and all that stuff. They can make tackles here and there, but defensively, they're weak. Like, defensively, they don't read the game. Defensively, they don't pick up the runners. One thing about playing a CDM position, not only do you have to know how to pass, not only you have to break up play. I mean, not just pass between the lines, switch up the play from left to right. You also have to know how to pick up runners, as is in playing that CDM role. And they will continue to make us, they'll continue to cost us points. Fred that midfield was the big reason why we lost today. But even still, if you look at that, like, I mean, Everton should have stole that game, in my opinion. I mean, if that pass, if whoever was, if Yerry Mina was a yard behind, that'd have been a goal. Or if whoever took a pass the ball to Yerry Mina, if that guy was confident enough to take that shot,
Don't score a lot of goals.
it's over. We're talking about 2-1 loss. So it was a good, like, performance as far as the way we played, better than previous games. But there's still the issue in this team, and the issue is Ole persistently always playing Fred and McTominay. I think if we play a different midfield, if we play Matic and Donny, or Matic and Pogba, I think we would have won that game, in my opinion. So it's sad, and it's the same. Is a thing that I say continuously about this team, about the coaching staff, about all of the decisions they make. And I mean, this game was supposed to be 3 points. Supposed to be 3 points. Ole just pissed it away. He just pissed
He
it
keeps
away.
making the same mistakes, right?
Same mistakes. He just
Same
And the funny
mistakes.
thing is that
Like,
the
why-
laugh, that laugh. What was that laugh about? It's 1-1. There's how many, like 3 minutes of injury time left, and you're sticking out your tongue. And did you guys see that?
Nah,
Which laugh?
didn't-
When was this?
I didn't.
In
I
the
didn't-
On the
game.
sideline when he was
Yeah, but
telling
when?
someone,
When
was it?
Yeah.
As an idiot. The
It's,
guy
it's
is an
when
idiot.
one of,
Oh,
I think when
should've-
Godfrey was coming on or something. Yeah. I
He's
thought-
an idiot. I think he knows that the writing's on the wall, and it's only a matter of time now.
He's
That
terrible,
he's not good enough for this job.
I think
I
he
want to
knows
ask
that
you
as long as he
quickly.
finishes in the
What
top 4, he's safe. Yeah, I don't think
That's
he's
what
under
he thinks.
pressure.
Without a trophy, I think he's got to go. Without
can
a
I
trophy.
ask?
He's under pressure.
Thank you.
Okay.
Can I ask a question?
Vimal,
of you
ask a
all?
question.
Without which trophy?
That's it. Someone just put it up in the background. Yeah, I think it was
Yeah,
Vimal.
it's been there a while.
Yeah.
So I wanted to
And he was
ask you.
sticking his tongue out after in this
Well,
incident.
the thing is, this is 1-1, 94 minutes. We should be getting 3 points. The fans are walking out of the stadium. Yeah,
Fuming.
they don't believe in the team anymore.
I
They don't
saw him
believe in
going
the
around
team.
clapping,
That's
like,
not
Right.
true.
trying to
Yeah. So
butter them up,
does-
like, you know
does
what,
this
we
picture-
Gonna start
appreciate you.
losing. Once
Does this
Ole
picture-
loses more of the fans, eventually he will lose the dressing room. It's only a matter of time. It's only a matter. If this continues, he's gonna lose the dressing room. He's not.
I think he's lost it. I think
Oh,
he's
did
lost
you
it
guys
already.
see Ronaldo as well?
You think he's
Speaking
lost
of
it now?
Bems,
Yes, he's lost it. Yeah.
Bam, speaking
Ronaldo-
of your comment now, did you see Ronaldo walking off the pitch
Walk
as
off.
soon as the
Yeah,
final
I
whistle
saw
went,
that,
just
man. He
walked-
was pissed,
and
man.
he was saying talking something. I don't know what he was saying, maybe Portuguese, like swearing in Portuguese, but he
This
was
is why
not. That's how it starts.
Yeah, that's how it starts.
Ollie's
Yeah.
in trouble now that we got Ronaldo, because the others will keep calm and won't say anything. Ronaldo doesn't pull no punches. When he's pissed off, he won't hold it. He won't keep
Yeah.
quiet. He'll show it.
Ronaldo is, people don't see the side of Ronaldo. This was a guy when Real Madrid just won the Champions League. They fired what was the manager then who went to Everton last season? What's his name?
Ancelotti.
Ancelotti. The Perez fired Ancelotti. Ronaldo walked to his office and told him, "How dare you? Somebody who just won a Champions League because we didn't have a good start." Ronaldo is hot-headed. People don't see that side of him.
Yeah.
Because
He's
he's
serial winner.
all his
Fucking hot-headed now.
attributions cover
I
that.
hope he
He's
does
very
that. I
hot-headed.
really
He's very
hope he
hot-headed.
does that for Oli.
It doesn't
Yeah.
like mediocrity.
He
And
doesn't.
he fell out with Mourinho when Mourinho managed Real Madrid because Mourinho
Yeah.
wanted the team to play so defensive. Even though they got 92 points that season, he said he wants them to always defend, and that's Mourinho's style. But him and who was Real Madrid's ex-captain who's now PSG? What's his name now? Missed my head.
Ramos. He was
Ramos.
starting fights with
Ronaldo
Ramos
and
and
Ramos.
Keylor Navas.
They both
Yeah, but
Ramos.
Mourinho was falling out with Navas as well.
Yeah,
And Ramos.
Casillas
And
and Casillas.
Ra-
Casillas.
Ronaldo has the dressing room, not the managers. Ronaldo has it.
Yes.
Please,
Ronaldo had
the
dressing
best
room.
thing he can do is go to the Glazers, go to Ed Woodward, and just tell them how it is. Guy, just say, get us a new manager, please.
Mm.
You know, because no one else will be able to do it. Pogba is just there, he just wants to do his hair. We want people that can effect change, real change.
Do you think he had extensions put in or something?
He
Oh,
did.
those are definitely
Yeah.
extensions.
Yeah.
Bems,
Yeah.
what are you grading Oli today? Tactics, substitution, and selection today. Scale of 1 to 10.
Selection because of McFred. That midfield just killed it. So, because he continues to play Fred and McTominay, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to give him a 3. He's not gonna be getting high scores, although we played better than before. But the reason why we lost that game is because of the selection of Fred and McTominay. And then the decision to substitute Cavani, I don't know, was Cavani Cavani have a knock or something?
It was
Martial
Martial that had
did.
a knock.
Martial
had a
did.
knock.
Okay, but Cavani didn't have it. But why sub Cavani?
Because of Cristiano Ronaldo. There's 75,000
No. There
people-
was no that did not make sense. You
It
could play
didn't
them
make any
both there.
sense.
You could put
That's
Ronaldo
substitution,
on the
dude.
left and Cavani goes on the
He
in
even
the middle.
said those two would cause problems for defenses in the Premier League.
He knows how
So-
to talk. He doesn't know how
Oliver
to act.
Venk's a liar.
Oliver's a
He
liar,
had
man.
never
That's the way
told
the
the
guy
truth
is.
3
Liar.
years
He's a
ago, 3
liar.
years ago.
The
Talks a
liar.
bunch of shit, man. That guy is terrible.
liar.
That
They
shit.
lie.
Right,
I'm not gonna lie to
gentlemen,
you.
it
Really,
appears we have got international break next week. Our next game will be away to Leicester, which is not going to be no easy game. We fumbled the last 2 home games, which has been
We're in
6
trouble,
points.
Mister.
6 points. We've only picked up 1 of 6. This is where you start to drop points.
There you go.
That's how you start
Yeah.
dropping and dropping and dropping home games you should be winning. You're drawing. You're drawing. Okay, it's only a draw. I didn't lose, but every 2
And you
points
start
you drop.
hoping for other teams to lose as well.
Exactly. That's how you start getting further and further and further away. This is game 7, and we're already messing up 2 home games now, back to back. We can only get 1 point. That's not good enough.
Not good enough. It's not acceptable.
It's not acceptable, honestly.
You know, it's not
So
acceptable.
especially so early in the season, you should be. This is the opportunity whereby teams are still trying to find. You should be knocking things
Yeah.
out quick.
And you know what's going to
accumulate.
happen? In January, we'll get closer to the league and everyone will start going, oh, we're only 5 points behind. We're only 5 points behind. But if we'd won all these games, we would have pulled away from the rest.
That's
but then
what
even
I
if we're
said.
5 points behind, the same thing's going to happen and we'll end up 12 points behind like we did against City. So this is a time when if you give yourself a margin for error, so when it gets to squeaky bum time and you start messing up a little bit, you're still in the.
You have
can
a
lose
cushion.
1 or 2 games. Exactly, you have a cushion and you're still in the mix. Like you're still maybe 2 points behind, or you don't want to be 5-7 points behind in February, March. You know.
Okay. Before we go, Bems, do you have a question for anybody here? And who do you have it for?
Okay. My question always goes to is gonna go to Joe, the peaceful maker, the one that believes in Ole, in even though I don't know why he believes in Ole. So after you see today, because I'm gonna give you perspective too, just a quick one. We have dropped points. We dropped points to Villa. We dropped points to today.
We got knocked out the Carabao Cup as well.
We got knocked out the Carabao Cup. There's another bad result that I'm forgetting. Basically, now looking at our home record, we have a losing home record. We've basically, out of 21 points, we've got 14?
Yeah.
And we haven't even played the big teams yet. We haven't played the better teams yet. So after all this, today we played, because you've seen the different sides now. We've been playing poorly, not getting the points. Now we played better, but we still didn't get the points. After seeing all this, you're still Ollie in? You still believe Ollie can take us to the promised land and win trophies?
To the end of the season, until the Champions League and the league is no longer viable. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is my manager, and he will stay that way. He will stay that way until the end.
I think Joe is just reading her script right there. Like Ole, just reading her script.
Yeah, I mean,
Ole Gunnar Solskjaer
It's prepared
is-
earlier.
Okay. So Joe, if we continue to lose, if we lose the next 5 games,
Oh no, he'll be sacked. I know that he will be sacked. 5
He should be,
consecutive,
okay.
he'll be done.
if
The
we
Glazers
lose the
will
next
actually
5
sack
games, or if we draw the next 5 games, right? Let's say maybe we lose 2, we draw 3, right? And by that point, pretty much the title is gone. And top 4, you're pretty much almost slipping away from top 4. Are you still all in? By then, you can say it's almost
because
it's impossible to get top.
Yes, that would be impossible to get top 4, but then the Champions League is still viable. At that point, wait. We probably won't be in the Champions League either because of form. We won't be playing well in the Champions League, so we would have been out anyway. So if that's the case, then if that's the case, I am then a now card carrying member of Ole Out, because my only stipulation with being Ole in this season is that he needs to win either the league or the Champions League. And if he is
Expectation
no
is high.
longer
I keep
able,
telling you, man. The expectation is high. That's too high for
but
this
but
manager.
As
That's
his
too high.
expectations for a
Very
manager
high.
who hasn't got a
Too
clue
high.
is very
Not,
high.
not for this manager. Yeah.
Very
but
high.
wait, you can't say I'm blindly saying Ole in, but then hit me when I create a structure for him to be accountable. Like this is my structure for him to be accountable for
Okay,
this
no
team.
problems.
He has
He
this
has not- he
lineup.
hasn't
Let
shown
me
you-
go
and
to
if he can't
Ken.
do that, then he needs to go.
Ken, make
Yeah.
a question quickly, and who do you want to answer the question?
My question is to everyone, really.
Okay.
At the moment, Old Trafford is no longer the theatre of dreams. It's far from it. Teams are coming there, and they're walking on the pitch with confidence, knowing that they can at least get a draw, and if they play really well, they can even make a win. So the question is, what do we have to do to bring back those glory days? We've had it with different managers.
I would nominate Kate to answer that question.
Yeah, so we've had Van Gaal, we've had Mourinho, we've had Moyes. Old Trafford, yes, some of these managers have won stuff, but Old Trafford used to be a place where you go to, you're like,
Fortress.
oh my goodness, if we get a point, that's like, wow, we need to go to the pub. You know what I mean? Yeah, so what do we need to do to get back to those stages where teams are coming and they're like, oh, Manchester United, that's -3 points.
The fear factor used to be there.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically, for me, you got to change the manager. I saw a stat today. We've had 1 clean sheet in 18 games, and we've got Varane. Do you know how
Wow.
disgraceful that is? 1 clean sheet, and we've got De Gea as well.
Wait, in how many games?
18
18.
games, we've only kept 1 clean sheet.
Yeah, but how many
In the
games have
last
Varane
18
played?
games.
How many
Pardon?
games have Varane played?
We've played
Varane's
7
played-
league games now, haven't we?
Pretty much
Okay,
almost
so
every game.
no, it's just that it's the way you're presenting it. You're saying
No,
that
but for me,
we
Man
haven't had any
United.
clean sheets in 8 games, even
No,
though we
but
have
for me, I'm
Varane, but
saying, like,
Varane
that's not
hasn't
good
played.
form for an elite
That's
team.
not. That's not.
I think
understand.
Chelsea have conceded 3 goals. Oh no, today I think they conceded. So 4 goals in this season. But we're conceding nearly every game. For us to win, it's almost like we have to score 2 goals
Yeah.
every game.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
not good enough.
It
That's
is.
like
Somebody have a hot
relegation
mic?
form. That's what relegated teams play like.
It's
Yeah.
funny how we concede so many goals when we have more defensive players on the pitch.
Yeah,
That's the
exactly.
that's the
what I'm
irony,
saying.
isn't
If
it?
it
That's the
is
irony.
the irony. If you're playing just like he did last season with the same back 6, I mean, the only difference is Varane is now there. The 2 guys who are supposed to be breaking up play, who are doing the job of 1 player, 2, they still can't knucklehead get it together. So the point is, so what is the point? They're
The system's
useless.
wrong. The system's
They're
wrong. Well, it
useless.
shows you.
The
It shows you
system
the
is
system's
wrong.
wrong.
The players he's picking, the system is
manager's
wrong. The
wrong.
midfield is wrong, man. You cannot see Joe. You will not. I mean, I'm going to continue to sing this song to you every week. You will not go anywhere with Freddie McTominay. You will not. And Freddie McTominay had been picked by your manager. He's right there behind you. He's driving whatever that drop top right
Smiling.
there. And
I think it was
But-
a Chevy Camaro.
but it's still a drop top. But the guy, he's
There's no
smiling
wheels
right
on it,
there
though. There's no
behind
wheels.
you.
That's
Clown,
why it's
bro.
not
Shitty teams. He's dragging this club down, man. With this squad, you have a freaking squad. Like this squad, with this squad, you should.
Who built the
Now
squad?
forget the CDM position right now. With this
Who built the
squad,
squad?
you should.
You know what's so
be
funny,
challenging for
Bems?
the title.
You know what's so funny, Bems? In Ole's mind, he's thinking, as far as we didn't lose, it's still good. That's his way of thinking. We
And
still
that's your
got a
manager,
point.
Joe. Your
That's-
manager
and
just
it's
cares
sad.
about, he doesn't want to lose. That's a big problem. A Man United manager only cares about not losing.
All he
And
just
that's-
wants top 4. Oh, that's all he wants. He won't say it.
Cares
All he
about.
wants is to get top 4. He won't. He's not even going to say title.
And that's in his contract, right?
Yeah.
As long as he
Yeah,
gets
it's probably
top
his
4,
contract.
he keeps
And
his
he
job.
probably will get top 4.
So he's
Vimal.
doing the minimum.
Vimal, do you have a question? I'm going to give Vimal the last shot
Yeah,
of
yeah.
questions. Who's your question to?
So it's based on the same theme as what we were all talking about. But this, my friend behind me, he's had enough, and he said to ask you guys, who do you think would be the ideal guy to replace
Question.
Mr. Solskjaer?
Mm,
Anyone?
mm.
Okay.
Okay, now.
Who wants to
Okay.
go first?
I
No,
would like to
yeah.
hear from
Just
Kay,
give me a
because
name.
I
No
like-
long story, just
I
a name.
like Kay's I like Kay's insight. I'm curious hear what K's got to say.
Who?
K. K. I'm talking to
The
Kyrie.
manager.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. What
Who
manager
would I
do you
take
want
now?
to replace Solskjaer if he's
The,
fired? Who
the
do you
only
want?
one I take now at the moment is Zidane. That's the only
Zidane.
one.
None.
Because of the way
What
he
about
plays.
Ken?
Okay, and if Zidane
Ken,
is
what do you
not
think?
available,
He's available. He's not got a job.
Okay, Ken.
Ken,
Who
what
do
do
you
you
want?
Yeah, I'll go with Conte. I actually I like Zidane as well, but I think Conte would be the best person for
Because
us.
he's
I know-
been into Premier League
He's been in the Premier League and he's
and he's
worked
won a
with
Premier
Pogba.
League title.
Yep, he's won the Premier League title. He's worked with Pogba. He knows how the Premier League works in and out. He knows how to manage big players. I know Zidane knows how to do the same, but the advantage there is that he's worked in the Premier League.
And you see, the funny thing is the team that Conte won the league title with Chelsea, this United team is actually better than that.
Yeah.
But remember, when he won the
Yeah.
when he won the league, they were in the Champions League. So they weren't playing midweek. Remember they
Okay,
finished like
yeah, I remember that
10.
season.
Okay.
That's true. That's
Okay,
true.
Bems, who
hey,
would be
hey,
ideal
good point.
to replace
Good
Solskjaer?
point, K. Good point, K.
Yeah, for me, man. For me, it's a tough one, man. The two people are Zidane and Conte, in my opinion. I can see reasons for Zidane. I can see reasons for Conte. My only fear about Conte. I like Conte. That guy is he's a tactical guy. That's one thing that we really need. My only fear about Conte, he always ruffles feathers, and he ruffles feathers, and he doesn't get along with management. Like his relationship with management only lasts like a year plus, and that's my only fear. If that wasn't the case, then
But if we win the
although
league,
I
who
would still
cares?
welcome him. I would still welcome him. I would still like Conte. Trust me,
Yeah.
I would still like Conte because right now we haven't won anything in years. I'll still take him. I will also take Zidane too. But now Zidane, like, yes, he's won 3 Champions Leagues, but will he will definitely get better out of this team.
Oh, 100%.
But because he doesn't have the Premier League experience, that's
Your only fear.
that's my only fear there.
All right, Joe. Or Joe's gonna say he will replace Ole with Ole, or he's gonna probably. I think Joe's gonna say he would rather tell Carrick to take over.
Man, I mean, right now, because he has not lost us the Champions League or the Prem, he stays until that happens. But if those two things are no longer viable, let's say we fuck around and get to the Europa League, and we fuck around and find ourselves 15 points, 12 points, even 10 points by Christmas, right? I would pick Zidane. Conte, I would not pick for the exact reason Bems noted. We don't need another fucking head case at the club, okay? Because somebody that doesn't know how to talk to people, not even to talk. We're not even talking about players. This guy doesn't even know how to talk to his bosses, right? No, we don't need that. No. Please, okay?
Yeah,
Please. Stay
Conte
right
is very hot-headed as well. That's
Very
what he fell out
hot-headed.
with.
No.
He
but-
fell out with Abramovich, and he got.
No.
Yeah,
But
you
he
can't
still
do that.
won a league title.
he still won a league title though, man.
Yeah.
Just like Mourinho was hot-headed and he talked some shit too, but he still
Okay.
won the
One
trophy.
title.
Okay, but if we had the kind of club that would get rid of him immediately and then maybe try somebody else like a Lampard, then get rid of it, we don't have that. We don't have that kind of club. We don't have owners that pull the trigger in that way. Okay, I would imagine if Conte came in and things didn't necessarily work out, he would just start talking smack, and then it's gonna be another 6 months of Talk Sport and BBC Sport, and I mean, just all day, every day with the same. Oh, look at what this manager did. Like, I don't want to live through.
You don't want that
Jose
circus.
the Jose Mourinho circus. I don't need that anymore, man. And especially with this team that we have, and players, they follow the manager, man. If they see the manager being reckless,
They
they're
drop
gonna be
their
reckless
down
to the
tools.
manager. They're gonna look at the manager like, why do I need to listen to you? You don't even listen to the one that cuts your checks. Nah, man, no.
You
no.
out of there.
No, you out of here. You
No,
out of here.
see,
Right.
but
Yeah,
why
go on,
do you
Ken.
want to wait
Go
till
on,
you're
Joe.
out of like competitions, right? Why do you want to wait till when it's too late? Because the goal of this season is to win
Because
some trophies, right?
it's
Why do you want to wait and take the chance on getting out of the Champions League, and
because
then now you're out of that? So
the reason why, because this is a team. This is the team that Ole has built, and I need to give him this season to make it work. He put this
Well,
team
he should have
together.
won the Europa League last season.
I
That's the
understand that,
thing.
and he didn't.
Listen,
I
You
understand
know,
that, and he
even
didn't.
David Moyes would have won that Europa League match.
Yes.
It was
We do
easy
not
as
know
that.
that. We do not know that.
no,
You
we
would- yeah, you can say that. You
David
can say
Moyes,
that, but-
David Moyes, the same David Moyes that you're about to prop up for whatever reason, right? Took a
I'm not prepping.
champions-
I'm just saying the worst. He was terrible, but even I'm just saying even him would have won it because David Moyes
don't
is
know
a
that.
better coach than Oli.
He
David
is.
Moyes is a
He
better
is,
coach
he
than
is.
Oli.
Yes, Joe. He's better
More
coach than me.
experienced. He was never really had a pool of talent, or I mean,
He never got
had-
relegated.
But
He
he
never got
did.
relegated.
But he actually did.
He got Everton
He actually had-
to
wait,
the
wait.
Europe.
Wait, there's one thing you can say about David Moyes that you can't say about Ole. David Moyes
He's been
had in
team.
his possession a championship team.
A team that was aging, bro.
But it
Agent.
was
An
Huh?
aging team. That team was old. What you want to
Jonathan,
say?
the Fergie
what
man
happened?
that team was.
Wait. What
That was an
happened
aging
in
team.
what happened in May that is different from what happened in?
You
like,
forget
it's
it's
only-
Ferguson. You're forgetting Ferguson. It's not just
Okay.
the team.
Damn,
You're
you're
forgetting
comparing-
Ferguson.
it's like
Hey.
you're asking.
I think
I mean, it's like
Moyes
I
was
mean,
it was too much pressure for Moyes to handle that job
Moyes can't
straight
handle
after.
that, man.
Straight after.
Yeah,
straight
Yeah,
after.
you
It was
can't-
too
you
much.
I
can't-
don't
So
even
you think
think.
Moyes
Look
would
at
be-
what Pep did when he first come to City. He finished sixth. You think Pep would have gone in and won the league? No way.
Let's see where West Ham ends at the end of the season. Then come talk to me.
Okay, but Joe, but he's already done enough for West Ham.
He got them to Europa League.
Then yeah, for what he's done for West Ham so far, he's done more for
Yeah.
them than Ole's done for us. I'm just gonna be
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you now. I'm gonna be honest with
Brendan
you. Now.
Rodgers. He got Leicester into Europe.
1 minute.
Look at
he
what
won the
did.
FA Cup as well.
Exactly.
See, Leicester won the FA Cup.
He won Community Shield when he was at United with that aging squad. Man,
There you go.
Yeah,
Well, on that note, gentlemen,
We're talking
Man
about the
United
community shield,
won.
folks. We're talking
It's
about
still
the
a
we're talking
trophy.
about the
Ole
community
hasn't
shield.
even
yeah,
won
but
the
Oli
that.
can't even win the Sunday League Cup.
it's a
though.
trophy. A trophy is
No.
a trophy.
You see, this
What
is
do you
why
want
this is
more?
this is Joe. What you're done, downplaying the community shield,
Winning
downplaying
mentality.
trophy.
Like
It's
winning
still a
mentality.
silverware. Two
That's what
teams still
Joe
have
does,
to
man.
fight for
You
that
downplay
trophy.
something.
Ole
The-
has
the-
failed
the-
to win
the reason-
always an
anything.
excuse.
The
Anything.
reason why I'm saying that is because you guys are calling out things like the community shield. Where
Yes.
I know, and everybody that's watching this video knows, the community shield ain't gonna do a goddamn thing when it comes to you guys' opinions. with
No,
Ole
but you
Gunnar
give the
Solskjaer.
players a winning
It's a
culture. They'll
winning
have that
It's a
mentality.
winning
experience of
mentality.
winning
It's a
something.
belief.
You know, Alex
That the
Ferguson
players will
won.
believe
You know,
that
Alex
they can
Ferguson won
win
about
something
10
for them.
community shields. You know that, right? If he didn't care, he won't be playing for it, bro. So don't be downplaying
Don't
trophies
downplay
that
something.
Ole
Yeah,
can't
even
even win.
Pep has won
I'm-
how many
no,
Carling Cups?
It's just that the
League
guys
Cups.
is if you guys were being honest, right? Well, if you guys were being honest and you guys are being just looking at it at face value, then maybe I would give you guys a break. But you guys are the Ole out clan, and I'm not fucking Ole in all day, every day, no matter to the end of the day. I have my criteria, right? But it's like
Your
3
criteria
years.
is not
You guys-
making
you
sense.
guys are
That's
doing-
the thing. Your criteria is
How
not
long
making
did he
sense.
need? 3
you guys
years.
are throwing that
Yes.
community.
Your criteria is
like-
not making sense anymore.
You don't-
If
you
it was
don't-
year one, your criteria will make sense, but it's not making sense anymore. It's,
Yeah,
Yeah,
Joe,
one.
Joe,
That's the
quick
thing.
one. Joe, we can literally do. We've got a chance to do what Chelsea did last season. If we get rid of this manager now and get someone in,
Still
we
five.
can win. We can still win the league. We're only
I'll-
2
I'll go-
points
okay.
off top spot. We're still in the FA Cup. We've got a great chance of qualifying for the Champions League. Getting into the next stage of the Champions League. But if we leave this guy here, it's gonna get worse. I'm sorry, it's just gonna get worse. I know I was like you last season. I don't know if you remember. I was proper Oli in last season, but I said, after the Europa League, I was like, no, that's it. He's got to go. So he's just gonna get worse. Yes, we're gonna win one game, and he's got this juju. I remember, see the juju happened on Wednesday
Yeah.
when everyone was like, yeah, we're definitely gonna lose this one. He pulled out a win. So that's what's gonna keep going. We'll win one, draw one, lose one, win 3.
And
Everyone gets
that's not
excited.
consistent enough.
It'll be
That's
like
what I'm
this.
saying. And then we'll finish
Roller
third.
coaster.
And then everyone will go, yeah, at least we finished third. We qualified for the Champions League. We lost the
Down,
FA Cup
reducing
semi-final.
our expectations and our
Ollie's lowered the
That's it.
standards. He's lowered the
He
standards.
has
Some
lowered the
fans don't
Yeah, he's
realize
lowered it for you.
the standards. Top 4 is not good enough for Man United.
No,
It's
never
almost
no,
will
it's
it.
not.
Laugh at
I
Arsenal.
think, give me
It's not.
another 2 years. It's a decade since we won the Premier League.
There
Do
you go, mate.
understand that? It's
On
almost
that
a
note,
decade.
Yeah.
we shall say Man United dropped 2 points today. Did not play. They started well, like a house on fire, but defensively, Fred, I will personally say, I don't have an agenda. I just think he's not good enough. His responsibility, as Ole claims, he's energized. He's an energizer. He's a play breaker. He didn't break shit today. But look at the goal. It's obvious. Ole, tactically, he's still not sure what he needs. On that note, we shall say it is where it is.
Yeah.
Dropped
Until
2
Leicester,
more.
we do the same again.
Well, 2 points dropped. We played 2 home games back to back, and we got 1 point out of 6. Honestly, not good enough. Viewers, thank you for joining us. Bems, thank you for representing Houston Red Army.
Thank you. Anytime.
Kay representing the UK. Thank you very much. Ken, thank you for representing the UK.
Yeah, big up, man.
Joe, the peaceful one. Thank you very much for representing Houston Red Army. Man United 1, Everton 1. It is what it is. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to our channel. We shall see you next week because we're going to have a international break. So we're going to have other teams. We're going to try and have a City representative and Arsenal, Tottenham. We're trying to have something combined. And I'll let you guys know. From us is goodbye and good night. Glory, glory. Man
Bye, everyone.
United, we're out of there. Thank
Have
you
a
very
good
much.
one.
Take on,
Take
guys.
care.
Hey, man.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah. Yeah, bye.